Bang! We're live. It is Saturday in the AM. About to knock a bunch of things over. Let me go ahead and move this over here. That way, I can read the chat. Hey, I hope you guys will take the time to come rock with me this morning. I can't see. That was not good. All right, we're good to go. It's Saturday morning. Shout out to you guys if you do get a chance to check this out. If you'll rock with it live, that's awesome. If you get a chance to see this later, hopefully there'll be some good information in here, a little bit of behind the scenes, what's been going on, what I'm working on, and yeah, just a chance for us exclusively on Patreon to kick the bobo. But shout out to you guys. I hope you will take the time to rock with me. But yeah, it's Saturday morning. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Who the hell gets up at 4 o'clock on a Saturday? I do. Thanks to Aggie. It says one waiting. Why is one? Oh, there it goes. I guess it's finally working now. But yeah, the cat woke me up this morning. I wasn't trying to get out of the bed, but then I did, and I was rejuvenated. I felt like I actually got some sleep. I probably went to bed pretty early last night, and I feel good. I've been working like a madman this morning, doing a lot of work on the website. I'm getting ready to film this crazy video as soon as I get done with this. I don't know which video I'm going to film, though, because I got this crazy story that I want to share with you guys that has nothing, well, I am going to tie it into some prison-correlated stuff. But I got this story that I want to tell you guys, but then I also got this prison news story that I want to share. So I'm going to try to get at least one of those done, if not both. Jersey, what's going on with you? Good morning to you. Cammy, what's going on with you? Thank you for taking the time to rock with me on this Saturday. Hope your morning is getting started off well. I'm going to give you guys some behind the scenes. Yesterday was a really busy day. Didn't upload a video yesterday. Had it ready. You guys saw it on the early access. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That will be going up today. And yesterday at 3 p.m. we did an interview. I got interviewed by a cop. I did this interview with Mike the Cop. He's a YouTuber. He's also he's got a really big Facebook page. Never talked with this guy before, and literally waiting till 3 o'clock to do this. I'm dragging ass. I'm tired of shit. 3 o'clock, I'm usually like all the energy is gone. The steam is gone. The mojo is gone. I'm not feeling it. So I drank me some coffee, went into the interview with this dude. I feel like I did this probably kind of nervous at first. I don't like doing a video that I got no control over what's, how this thing's going to be edited. But I think it went really well, though. I think it did. I talked a mile a minute. I cracked quite a few jokes. I told this guy, there was a joke that I really wanted to get off at the beginning of this interview, and I don't think that I did, but I did say it at some point throughout it. I said, Mike, forgive me if I seem a little nervous here. I don't really talk to the police. In fact, the last time that I had a conversation with any sort of law enforcement at length was 10 years ago when I was being interrogated on my way to serve 7 years in prison. Bam Rack, what's going on with you? Jersey says, thank God so many people for the past 2 years have been asking for it. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I think it opens the door to a lot more things that we can do, too, because I got a lot of ideas. I was running some ideas by him toward the end of the interview about things that we could do. And he asked me last night if I had any ideas on titling it. And I said, man, just title that thing Cop versus Convict. And then you can, pin a comment saying I'm okay with that. That's who I am. And I got no issue with that. You're the cop, I'm the con. Or I used to be. But again, this morning, been up super early. Whipping up some cartoons. Been doing pretty good with selling the cartoons. I mean, we're not selling like too many where it's not anything that I can handle. But we've sold, I think, probably like 10 cartoons altogether. I've been making scans of these cartoons, and I'm going to be doing a Patreon send out this week. You guys are going to get a bunch of these cartoons that I've been doing. Just, a little something to show some appreciation. If I've got your address, if you got your address here on the Patreon, something will be getting mailed out to you this week. So definitely going to do that. Show some more love for the Patreon folks. You guys, you hold it down and you really help us out a lot. Chris, what's going on with you? Who them Redskins playing this week? Who y'all got, man? Cammy says, oh my God, I have the worst hangover. That's crazy. On the grind, Jersey, we on the grind. Been doing a lot of work on the website. I'm going to share something with you guys. You're only going to hear it here first. So Cody linked up our AdSense to the website, which means now when you go to the website, I'm sorry, there's 40 million ads. If people are complaining about ad breaks in videos, Joe, why so many ads? Well, you ain't seen ad breaks until you see the website. And the crazy thing is, we are not making, oh, you guys got that bye week this week, that's right. We're not going to make any money from ad revenue off of this website. We don't get the traffic. It's all based upon how many thousands of people, check out the website. And on a good day, we might have a few thousand people who check out the website, but that's on a good day. Sometimes it's in the hundreds, so we're not really looking for nothing too crazy. But the point that I bring up with this is Cody hooked up the AdSense account to this thing, and AdSense is, where the YouTube money comes from too. So then we had like this 2-day delay on how much money we had made, and I was like, Cody, man, what did you do, man? If this thing gets messed up, oh my God, man, I was stressed out. So again, when I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock this morning, I didn't want to check it. I checked it and it was fine. It was good. Everything had caught up, and that was good to see. But yeah, put together this Bill Cosby cartoon. I mean, it's not the greatest cartoon. Bill Cosby getting hit with the hot dog. I got that on the website. There's another cartoon. I put it on Facebook. That's a really good cartoon. That's a cartoon I actually created for somebody who purchased the cartoon. That's the only cartoon that I've created for somebody who purchased the cartoon that I've actually shown. Everybody who's been purchasing cartoons, when they purchase some, they can say what they want the cartoon to be. And some folks, they push my artistic limit. I'm going to tell you right now. One of the folks is a part of the Patreon. I'm not going to put it out there who it is, but I got that cartoon completed this morning. I'm going to try to make the mail. I'm going to try to get it out in the mail today. I got all the envelopes and everything done. So, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it, though. I guess it kind of helps relieve some stress as well to be able to get back to drawing. And maybe that's sort of like a stress reliever. So, yeah. Now, something else. Look, talking about being on the grind, and I'm not just trying to sit here and be like, look at what I'm doing. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I am busting my ass here, especially when it comes to these videos, especially when it comes to this website. Just trying to hold down everything that we got that I'm responsible for. So, I mentioned this on the Bobo. I mentioned this a couple of times, but, somebody had said to me, you don't want to drive the traffic away from the website. You want to bring it into the website. And when I post those news stories, which I changed the title of that page on the website. It used to be called Have You Heard About These? I just changed it this morning to Crazy Prison Stories, Crazy Prison News Stories, I think is what it's called. Well, now I'm actually writing these damn stories out myself. I'm the journalist. I am the person I'm the newspaper reporter, y'all. I'm the newspaper reporter, and I just did a really crazy one this morning, and I'm learning all about this stuff. So when you go and look at Crazy Prison News Stories on the website, the first story that pops up, woman visits prisoner in Angola prison down in Louisiana, and she gets arrested. ... Oh my God, what are we talking about here? You click on it, and then it takes you to the blog, and I wrote a little blog. I wrote a full story out about it, and crazy shit. I'll share it with you guys. Kevin, what's going on with you? Good morning to you. Chris, how about a cartoon of you trying to take a shit while the guard's desk is right there? That would be classic, man. Classic. Write that down, man. That's a great idea, brother. Trying to shit in prison. I wonder if I can make a video about that, and I wonder if it would be an okay video. Hey, if you guys took the time to check out yesterday's video, will you let me know what you thought about it? Especially the skit at the beginning. I had so many high hopes for this skit, but I had to cut it off before it became cringe AF. Sort of like the thumbnail that I made for this Patreon exclusive live stream. Judge says demonetized. You already know. You already know. Cammy says should try that. Not sure if they have that Gatorade in Denmark though. Gatorade and Tylenol. Oh yeah, you're talking about the hangover remedy or greasy food. I've heard that works really well. Kevin, again, good morning to you. Thank you for taking the time to rock with me. I'm going to share two things with you real quick, and then I'm getting out of here. I got to go film. I got to get work done. I've got the video ready for today, which is the early access video from yesterday. And again, you guys let me know what you thought about that. Talking about this guy, Robert Fusco, and his crazy escape efforts and everything like that. But two things that I want to share with you guys real quick. I'm going to make a video about both of these. First, is the prison-related news story that I just ran across that happened with this woman getting arrested at Angola State Penitentiary. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've mentioned this plenty of times. Louisiana locks up more people than any other state in the United States. And it's an absurd number more than any other states. And their prison system down there is it's crazy. Matter of fact, in October, this month, getting ready to come up, they've got what's referred to as the prison rodeo or something along the line, the Angola State Penitentiary Rodeo. People have been trying to get me to go to this thing. I want to go to it, but if I can't take a camera in there, it's all a waste of time. And I don't know that they would really allow me to go in there with a camera because they just be exploiting the prisoners. Let's put some prisoners in a bullpen because that's what they do. Put some prisoners in a bullpen and let's put a commissary token on the bull's fucking nose. You get that token, you get you like $20 worth of commissary. You might die trying to get it though. But anyways, Angola State Prison, you had this woman, she got arrested while trying to go visit this dude. She got caught with contraband. Now, the crazy thing about this story is you hear this type of shit happening all the time, but there's a lot of really interesting facts to this story that I could draw out into at least a 20-minute video before ad breaks. Trust and believe I'm going to do that. Oh, and Chris, I'm going to tell you about the massages. Boy, that was a story. I'm going to tell you that too. You hear about this type of stuff happening all the time. People going to the visitation, getting caught with the contraband. It happens. This woman shows up, 22-year-old, young chick, probably no criminal record at all. They've got a new body scanning contraband device, which they mention in the story. And I ask, what is this new contraband body scan device that they have? And then I say in my USA Today type fucking news article that I wrote up myself personally, no plagiarism at all. I say, does this in any way correlate with the things that are happening in the state of Virginia right now where women are no longer allowed to wear tampons inside of the prisons? You've got this new body scan device. Is this like going through TSA at the airport, put your arms up, stand still? Sir, I'm going to need to swab your hands. And, we're recording an extremely high volume of heat coming from your nether region. Does this happen to you guys? Because it happens to me every time I go to the airport. Every time I go in there, they think I've got something. They caught the woman with the contraband with this new body scan device, and I just wonder if it was on her body or potentially inside of her. Now, when they questioned her about this, excuse me, ma'am, we're seeing something on this X-ray body scan right here. What is that you've got? She immediately hightailed it up out of the prison, ran to her car, where authorities caught up with her. And I'm not talking about the state police. I'm not talking about the FBI, the DEA, the mall security people, Paul Blart. I'm not talking about anybody like that. Ladies and gentlemen, who it was that caught up with this woman at her car was the prison shakedown team, the goon squad, who then searched her vehicle and found a case of water where it was either one bottle or multiple bottles that had false bottoms in them. And in those false bottoms, they found 58 plus grams of synthetic marijuana. Now, one thing that I ask you guys, how do you make a false bottom in a water bottle? That bitch is clear. But more importantly than that, how in the fuck does the prison shakedown squad have authorization to be able to search your vehicle? And the only logic that I can come up with that is because, the prison is on state property. But, in court, who knows? Maybe she's got a leg to stand on with this. Let me get into these comments real quick. And thank you to the 6 people taking the time to rock with us, these 4 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It would mean the world to me. I live and die for these likes. Jersey, you guys are talking all about hangover stuff. Nobody said anything about my video from yesterday. Nobody said anything. Oh, Jersey said, the whole wear tampons makes me cringe. It's like a fashion choice. Like it's a fashion choice. Yeah, you're right. Is it false bottoms in the bottles or in the case? Now, I think it's in the bottles. It's in the bottles. But again, just a really crazy story. And that was something that I wanted to share with you guys. Check out the news article that I wrote. If you go look at the crazy prison news stories on, the website, you guys probably have already seen it. But, I talk a lot about it. I go into depth quite a bit. And it's only a couple of paragraphs long. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is the fact that I typed up that story and it's only a couple of paragraphs long. Maybe 6 at the most. I don't know. I'm just pulling a number out of the sky. What I want you guys to pay attention to is the fact that watch when I make a video about this, how I can take 6 paragraphs and stretch that into 20 minutes and 4 ad breaks. I'm good. I'm going to tell you the weather. I'm going to tell you how blue the sky is outside today. I'll spend a little bit of time. I am going to do that. I am going to do it. But I just wanted to share it with you. So look, moving on, there's another thing. Me and my wife, we went and got the massages last night. We went to a new place. We didn't go to the place. We've only done this 3 times. Well, I've only done it 3 times in my life. And all 3 times have been with my wife. The first time we went to this place, it's a big time massage place, very professional, it's a massage place. The second time was on our honeymoon on the fucking beach down in Key West. We was getting a massage. It was like this old man who was, God, it's actually a little disturbing now that I, relived this. But it was, a beautiful thing with this old man's hands all over my body. God bless it. Last night, we go to a new place. Last night, we went to this new place. My wife said that the original place that we went to, they were all booked up until Tuesday. Well, we go to this new place last night, and it's a hair salon / spa. And they do massages right there in the back room. And this place is, it's a nice place. It's a nice place. So we're sitting there, and the first thing that you do when you go in there is you got to fill out paperwork. You always got to fill out all this medical paperwork. I don't understand why you got to do that whenever you're getting a massage. I'm making a video about this today, so you guys are going to hear all of this first because the massage ties into what the story I want to share with you guys. But the massage story is pretty interesting too. So we go in there, we're filling out the paperwork, and they ask, just your basic information, and then they ask male or female. And I'm asking my wife, I'm like, what does this mean, male or female? Like, is that who I want massaging me? Or she was like, no, they're just asking, if you're a guy or a girl. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why would they have to put that on there? And then I was like, oh, because you might have some people who come that they don't know. So they'll be looking at that paperwork and they'll be like, oh, okay, I thought that dude was a chick, but it's really a dude. Or I thought that chick was a dude, but wow, that's a girl? That's a girl? As fucked up as that sounds, I'm pretty sure that's the reason. But then they list all of these medical issues that you could potentially have. Check if you have this, whatever. And at the bottom, for whatever reason, it asks occupation. Now, when I got to the occupation part, this is where, I'm telling my wife, I'm like, wow, I don't know what I should put right here. Here we are. We're in another one of these situations. If you saw the early access video from yesterday, I was talking about the fact of how I don't tell people I'm a YouTuber. And so I was asking my wife, I was like, damn, what should I put? She was like, put an oncologist. I said, what the fuck is that? She was like, that's a cancer doctor. I'm like, that's not funny. That's not. But it's good. I don't even know how to spell it. That was my excuse. Baby, I don't know how to spell that. I can't put that. I'm about to put, I work at McDonald's. Or I'm about to put unemployed. Ooh, could you imagine that? And then, fast forward a little bit. I'm going to get right back to that. But fast forward, while I was getting the massage, I was thinking to myself, what if I would have put drug dealer? I wonder how that would have went over. But getting back to that part where I'm trying to figure out what to put, I'm contemplating a lot of things. Brain surgeon, McDonald's, unemployed, business owner. So I just put web developer. That's been my go-to forever. Web developer. When I moved here, web developer. That's somewhat true. Hell, I got a website now. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm developing a website. So here, let's get to the good shit. Fill out the paperwork. We take it up front. I don't know who's massaging us. I got no clue. My wife set this up now, mind you. Hey, baby! She told me she was coming home. I don't know if I can tell this story right now. All right, let me get through this real quick. I'm going to do this quietly. So we got no idea who's going to be massaging us. It's usually, the first time it was 2 women. The second time it was an old man who was massaging me and some woman who was massaging her. Well, this time, I see the chick come through the door. and, and she's like, hey, my name is such and such. She was like, I'm going to be massaging you, pointing to me. And she was a cute chick, right? And I was like, I immediately just started laughing. I was like, what? Like, babe, did you set this up? We're already married. Why did you set the bachelor party up? I mean, I'm good. And I'm not saying like my wife, hands down, got nothing but respect for my wife. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. I would never disrespect her. But for whatever reason, it made me super uncomfortable. So I started laughing. I was like, and then this other chick comes in, and she's the one that's going to be working on my wife, right? So I'm like, oh, wow. I guess I got the better looking of these chicks. The chick was cute. I'll just go ahead and say that. I'm not, no disrespect to my wife at all or nothing like that. I was super uncomfortable in this situation. I have to put this out there though. Super uncomfortable. So before the other chick comes in, before we see the other person, the girl that's going to be massaging me, she says to me, she was like, hey, so how do you want to do this? What? I mean, I'm saying, I was just laughing and joking about happy endings this morning. I mean, what you mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. She was like, well, do you want the door closed? Or do you want the door open? So now you done completely hit me by surprise. I'm like, and I take a minute, right? Because I'm trying to process everything that I've just been told. Do I want the door open or do I want the door closed? Because anytime that we've done this before, these couples massages, we've been in the same room. So as I'm trying to process this, I immediately look at my wife, or I look at my wife and she's glaring at me. Oh yeah, you can leave that door open. You damn right leave that door open. I don't need that door shut. Door shut for what? You better leave that fucking door open. And we go in, we go back, right? We go back and they put you in the room. Now, mind you, the room, even though it's separated by like these folding doors, right? It's not really like a private room or nothing. But like my bed's right here and her bed's right here, all right? And then there's a folding door in the middle. So, they put us in the room and they're like, hey, look, take your time, get down to your underwear, socks and everything off, get up under the blankets, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to begin. So, we're in the room and we're getting ready. And then, as I'm laying in the bed, I kind of look back at my wife and I say, hey, baby, what would you have done if I said, go ahead and shut that door? She wasn't happy about that. But long story short, that was good. It went well. It was really nice. Tipped the fuck out of those folks. Tipped the shit out of them. Not because of anything else other than, when it comes to customer service. And look, you're massaging my body, my entire body, for an hour. And that shit's expensive. That's $70. $70 an hour. And I tipped them 50%. But real quick, let me share this too. There was something else this was it. I'm going to move on past this. So when I'm getting this massage, mind you, I'm super uncomfortable with this situation. I would have rather, and this is going to sound funny, I would have rather had an old man massaging me other than this young chick. Because I just didn't, I kind of felt like I was doing something wrong here. I didn't set this up. This was just a situation I ended up in. But as I tried to just relax, you're supposed to relax. This is supposed to be a relaxing thing, and it really was. I feel great today. For whatever reason, I feel rejuvenated. But as she was massaging my leg and getting higher up my leg, and I'm not going to say she did anything inappropriate. She did not. But high up on my thigh, y'all, about as high up as she went. I got some tattoos on these legs. And the first tattoo is a YouTube button with the word subscribe underneath it. So I'm thinking to myself as she's like doing her job, I'm like, I'm wondering what she's thinking about this whole situation. Because here, when I walked in, she asked, she was just making small talk. She said, so what brings you guys here? I said, well, me and my wife, we both have really stressful jobs. So stress brings us here. And she was like, oh yeah, I read that piece of paper where you put what you do for a living. And I can imagine that sounds pretty stressful. And I'm like, damn, this again brings back to like, why didn't I say something way funnier? Way funnier. But that went good. Shout out to everybody who's coming up in here. If you've missed any of this, please watch this whole thing. I promise you. I can't promise you, but I hope you will enjoy it. Deborah, shout out to you. Special shout out to you. Cammie, what you guys talking about? Oh, the content creator thing? Yeah. Cammie says it's just kind of awkward, so I'm going to leave. Leave. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Chris says another cartoon. Joe getting massaged on the beach in Key West by an old dude. I felt like I'm not even gonna make that joke. That would be wrong. That would be wrong. If I made a joke about Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. We used to joke about that type of stuff in prison. When Jerry Sandusky, he was a Penn State coach who got indicted on all of these sexual assault allegations against dudes. He was a fucking coach there, mind you. We used to have this saying that you just got Sandusky'd. But anyways, got through the massage thing. That thing was awesome. Again, I feel great. Much needed. I had a shit ton of stress, on my shoulders, proverbially and probably literally as well. So, let me move on to another story, and you guys, I hope you'll like this one. So last night we go out to dinner. We go out to dinner as soon as we get done with that. We just go to this restaurant that's right next door. We've gone there a handful of times. It's a decent little place, nothing too fancy. It's like a wing place. So we go there. And you remember how I always say, like, anytime I go anywhere, I always got a story. All I got to do if I ever run out of ideas is just continuously go out. Probably go drink my life away and pay attention to who's sitting next to me. I'm kidding about the first part. But I tell you guys that, like, there's always somebody who's sitting next to me that the story comes from. Well, folks, I'm getting ready to tell you a story just like that. However, there's a major difference here. It's not about the guy that was sitting next to me. There was an individual sitting next to me. He was quiet, minded his business, playing on his phone. You know a guy has absolutely zero of a life when he's sitting at a bar alone on his phone. Facts. This is legitimate and he's on Facebook. I'm watching. I'm like, wow, we've been here for 30 minutes and you've been on your phone the entire time. Either you got stood up or I don't know. Funny thing about it, I know there's been plenty of times in my life when I've done the same thing. So I'm not sitting here trying to call the kettle black. I'm no one to do so. The story, folks, does not involve this guy who was sitting next to me. Nothing about him at all. However, well, two things happened here. First, I was kind of a dick. Let me say that first of all. I was trying to be funny, but I don't think it came across as funny. So we're sitting there, and before the story happens, or before I pay attention to what will end up being the story, this guy comes up to me and he was like, hey, I can see him walking around the bar and he comes right over to me. He's like, hey, are you Joe from After Prison Show? And I looked this guy dead in his eyes and I said, no, after prison what? And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, no, I'm kidding, man. Yeah, that's me. That's me. What you want me to sign? What you want? I got it right here, man. $10 for a signature. Totally kidding. But I was like, no, that is me. Oh, look, we lost somebody from that. Somebody must have hit the offended ticker right there. It might have been him, as a matter of fact. It might have been that guy. His name was Mike, I think, or Matt. I can't remember. And I just can't remember. I'm sorry. My memory's not the greatest all the time. Names I suck with. But anyways, I said, no, I am. And, hey, man, that's really awesome that you know about After Prison Show. I said, thanks for rocking with the channel. And that was it. And he kind of walked away. I shook his hand twice. You shake somebody's hand, hey, thank you. And then you shake their hand the second time because, the whole situation's just awkward as fuck. And again, thank you. And he kind of walked away like, fuck this guy. He's a dick in real life. Which I didn't mean to be. I was just kind of trying to be funny. It didn't come across that way. I'll be the first to admit sometimes I miss the mark. Quite a few times I do. Let's move past that. I guess I just share everything with you guys. But it is what it is. We're sitting there eating our dinner. And there's this guy who works in the restaurant. He's a waiter. And first of all, shout out to this guy for the hard work that he does. And I'm not saying like waiting is hard, but it definitely is. You got to deal with people. But I'm getting ready to joke the shit out of this guy. So bear with me, folks. I first want to build him up so that I can break him down. Let's get into it. All right. The reason this guy sticks out to me is because, we're sitting on the end of the bar right next to the kitchen. You've got your swinging doors. You've got another thing that goes around the corner. Your way into the kitchen, your way out of the kitchen. I don't know if it's designated, go in this way, come out this way. It must not be, because I saw people going in and out going out both ways. But the reason this guy would stick out to me was because he was loud as fuck. So every time he was coming, and not only was he loud, he was very over the top. Now, I want to paint the picture for you guys a little bit. And I can't do it completely because the notes are in my phone. And when I tell you folks that I took notes on this story, I'm talking about this many notes all the way down a page on my phone of just descriptive terms. So first, he was very loud. And don't get me wrong, he was doing his job. Doing his job to the fucking T, ladies and gentlemen. So if I can paint the picture for you of what this guy reminded me of, many of you, there's only 7 of you in here, I can't even say many of you, but have you ever seen that movie, Along Came Polly? Make It Rain? I can't remember dude's name from the movie, the fat dude, Ben Stiller's friend, the guy that thinks he's an actor. You guys ever seen that? That is exactly who this guy reminded me of, right? Very extra, over the top, super important. Now, I'm trying to remember the descriptive terms that I used for this guy. Some of them were along the lines of the guy from Along Came Polly, Make It Rain. The manager who isn't a manager. The guy that everybody hates who works here. So this is how it would go. 1, if he was my server, I would have tipped this guy well because he was on it. And when I say he was on it, you could kind of get the feeling like when he would walk by people, and I'm talking about walking at a 10. He's got the old person 10 a.m. at the mall power walk going on. Hips moving, and I mean tray up. All right, hold on. I got to get into this. We ain't there yet, folks. We ain't there yet. So he would come busting through those double doors. Boom! Hot food coming through. Hey, hot food, come on. Move it. Hot food, I'm coming. Hey. I'm like, God damn, what they paying this dude an hour right here? Is this the manager? Is this undercover boss that I'm watching right here? Because this dude, and every time he's like freaking, sidestepping and stiff arming the other servers. Football terminology, had to throw that up in there real quick. As he's doing this, the looks that he's getting in return from his constituents, from his, coworkers, they're looking at this guy like, fuck this guy. So at first, I don't pay it no mind, but again, we're sitting there and it's the entire night. I mean, over the top. Order up! Hey, who order? I got you. I'm taking it to the table right now. Hips moving, shoulder. Bitch doing the motherfucking, the shoulder lean. I don't know. But anyways, it was funny as shit. And what it reminded me of was you'll have these guys in prison that you'll meet who, I mean, shit, they could be guys that work in the kitchen, for God's sake. You're going to have those over-the-top, goody two-shoes, look at me, look at how good I'm doing type of individual. So I want to do this video where it's like, what prison, I mean, not prison, but, like what restaurant servers really be like. Those are pretty popular videos to do. What such and such really be like. Or restaurant workers versus prison workers, or something along them lines. I ain't got the idea all the way together yet. I got to look at my notes because I had a lot more on this story that made it just, I kept telling my wife about it. I was like, you see this guy right here? You see this guy? This is a video. I'm trying to tell you. I'm taking notes the entire time. Dude was interesting. But now that I share that story with you guys, and see, I did this on purpose. I shared it with you first before I got in front of the camera because it kind of gives me an idea of, you guys are the mirror that I rehearse in front of before I go get in front of the camera. And this is like some material that I'm working on that I don't really feel is too good. I'm going to have to throw something in here. I'm going to have to throw something into this. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I guess I can spend a lot of time talking about the massage and how crazy that was. We'll probably get to about 3 ad breaks. And then I spend the last 5-7 minutes talking about fucking Jimbo from the wing place. But shout out to the guy. He definitely works hard. Oh, another descriptive term. That 36-year-old that 36-year-old waiter. That's funny to me. That's funny. And the reason it's funny, because no disrespect if there's anybody in here who is 36 and is a waiter. But the reason it is funny is because last year, me and Dave, we were going out like every single night. And we went to this place called Kelly's Tavern. We did a video on it not too long ago where a guy ended up getting shot and killed that I knew, and Dave knew the guy who killed him. But anyways, when we went there, the regulars who would go into this place, they were all restaurant workers, and they were all 30 plus. And One, they look at you, if you're an outsider, if you're not a waiter or a waitress, they look at you like you're not a part of the set. You don't know what it's like, these people I gotta deal with. Bitch, I'm a YouTuber. You know the comments I gotta read? I got motherfuckers hitting me up talking about my dad said he fucking arrested you. Go to motherfucking go to motherfucking, goddamn, what's that college name, man? Go to TCC. Go somewhere. But anyways, I don't know. For whatever reason, these server people, they didn't really like us too much. I mean, some of them did, but some of them, they really had this complex, like, the shit that they deal with is way worse than anybody else. You don't know what it's like on that battlefield. And by that battlefield, I mean that restaurant. You don't know what it's like on that floor serving them tables, listening to them people leaving you a 4% tip. Bitch, do your job better. You might get a better tip. Now, don't get me wrong. I know, some people ain't going to tip you worth a damn. But when I'm in there, I'm going to tip you. I respect what you do. Just don't act like, it's all that crazy. There's way worse shit you could be doing. At least you got a job. Ah, damn. But anyways. Yeah, I'm trying to determine what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to determine, do I film? I'll probably talk about that girl that got arrested at Angola. And then I might have to outline that story a little bit further because that's just, it ain't good enough. And I'm glad, I don't want to say it ain't good enough, but it definitely needs some work. It needs an ending is what it needs. It needs a point to it. Maybe that guy's trying to be the next store manager. He could possibly be it. I don't know. Chris says, haha, I'm a server bartender too. Fuck. There we go. Got 6 people in here. Just be my goddamn luck. Sorry about that, man. Hey, so real quick before I wrap this up, share a couple other things with you guys real quick. Did you guys see this Lindsay Lohan bullshit? Like, what the fuck did she do? What did she do, y'all? This chick was over in some other country. I don't know what country it was. She was live streaming on Instagram trying to get some kids away from, I guess, their mother, who she thought was trafficking these children. Who, when she approached the woman in an effort to take the kids, the woman punched her in the face and she began crying in front of the entire world that she said was watching this Good Samaritan act that she was probably she was believing that she was carrying out. Boy, if there's not a point to that, it's, if there's only one point to that, it's goddamn, lay off the fucking cocaine. How have you not blown through all the money that you've probably ever made in your career? She's on Flocka. What the fuck is Flocka? Waka Flocka? That's a rapper, ain't it? Oh, God. But yeah, I saw that. I saw a funny little fight thing. I don't usually post fight videos because I don't, unless it's animals. I posted an animal one time. Sam, what's going on with you, brother? But I saw this funny fight between these two older black fellas, and it reminded me of CB fighting Ernie, except didn't go that way in the end. That guy got his goddamn head cracked on that video. That was pretty gruesome. But yeah. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to rock with me on this thing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I made it somewhat interesting for you guys. Eat your face drugs. Sounds pleasant. It's Saturday. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to try to get in front of this camera and put some magic together. Deborah asked, did you get a chance to see the drawing request? I hope it makes you grin. I saw it. I drew it. I'm trying to get it in the mail today, as a matter of fact. And the first thing that I want to say is thank you. Your cartoon request was by far focused on 2 things that I draw horribly. I draw cartoon people very, halfway decent, I feel. But vehicles and animals. Boy, not my strong suit. But I still feel like I put something together pretty cool for you. And that should be getting out in the mail today. If I don't get it in the mail today, it'll definitely be going out on Monday. I just need to make the mail. But no, I've got it and it's good. There was one other cartoon I had to get done today as well. So you should be getting that very soon. No, I'm good with it. I like to push the creative process. And I think it's going to be really cool. But I really appreciate it. To each and every one of you guys, I hope you have an awesome weekend. I'm going to try to do the same. I got no plan, no idea what I'm doing this weekend. I'm going to try to spend some time with my brother And, you know, one thing that I was thinking about was doing some sort of like a fan meetup, either paintball or golf, and like wreaking havoc on a golf course. All prison orange. I told my wife about this idea yesterday. She said, you know, it's a great idea. However, you know, golf courses have a dress code. You know, if I'm going to show up and pay your $90 to just hit some balls around in your field, you should really consider letting me dress however the fuck I want to dress. Because golf is expensive. I've never played it before in my life. And, yeah. I'd like to just do it. Just to experience it. Or crash some golf carts into a pond. That would be good. I think that would be funny. Chris says, I just cut my entire lawn listening to this. I'm going to go get my money for the something next to the guard now. Shout out to you, brother. Jersey says, the challenge is the part of what makes you grow as an artist. Absolutely. Ask your wife what you're doing. That's what I do. Definitely what I do. Sam, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for taking time to rock with me. To everybody else up in here. Jersey, thank you so much. Deborah, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Kevin, to you as well. Chris, to you as well. There was only 7 people up in here. Cammy, shout out to you. I don't know if you're still up in here. Kevin, God. Oh, Bam Rack, shout out to you as well. I know you might not be up in here no more neither, but to everybody who took the time to rock with me on this thing, I appreciate it. And it means the world to just be able to sit here and kick it with you guys. Oh, cartoon, you shitting next to the guard. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put that together. Definitely going to put that together. One thing that I can draw really well is guards. Because I love drawing. They funny looking asses. But look, eventually, it could be today. This dude, Mike the Cop, he's going to have this interview with me on there. And folks, I may need y'all. I may need y'all because I got no idea what this thing is really going to be like. I know when it first started, I was so just probably looking crazy. But if he gets that video up, I'm going to definitely help push that video for him. He's a really awesome guy. It was interesting because I only talked with him. Yesterday was the very first time I'd ever talked with this guy at all. We're talking via Skype. That's how we were doing the interview. And literally we talked for 30 seconds and it was like, okay, you ready? Let's go. Bung! Oh, Mr. Guerrero, you know, boy, geez, which one of y'all is going to play good cop, bad cop here? I mean, fuck. Thought this was an interview, not an interrogation, but it makes a lot of sense. You're a cop. I did crack quite a few jokes, but he's an awesome guy, and I look forward to being able to work with this guy more in the future. Next week, I'm trying to feature him on After Prison Show. He's funny, and that's why I like the dude. He makes funny content. Now, some of the content that he puts up there is crazy, but he makes funny content. I see all sorts of funny videos he puts together, so I rock with the humor side of it. And, yeah, I'll be linking you guys to wherever he's got his video at. And, wow, Chris, thanks for all of that right there. Wow. And a new video will be today, but you guys have already seen that video. I'm going to try to get some work done. I got to edit this video for the Ron guy, the guy with the ramen soups. I haven't even looked at that footage. That's going to be a fucking process. That'll be coming up next week. And, yeah. But again, let me get out of here. Let me get some work done. Folks, have an awesome weekend. Thank you for taking the time to rock with me. And I hope your weekend is awesome. And I look forward to talking with you guys again on Monday on the Bobo. Hope you'll take the time to rock with me on that as well. Until then, peace.